guys, welcome to today's training session. What I want to talk about today is the relationship with ourselves. Now, I kind of always talk about how you can build rapport with others, how you can connect with others on a different level, your partners, your friendships, your colleagues and all of that. But today I want to talk about relationship with yourself, because that is one of the most important things that someone needs to work on. So yes, let's get into it, right? Relationship with yourself. Now, the two words that I've written here is not critical and too critical. Now, what's more important is when you're talking about relationship with yourself is when you start projecting onto others, when you start picking out others' faults, or whether it's your partner, whether it's your colleagues and your friends, like I said, try to look at yourself instead. If it's something that you expect from others, expect that from yourself, you know? If you're expecting others to say something to you or do something for you, expect that from yourself. Do that for yourself, okay? Now, the two main things I want to talk about, like I said, is not critical and too critical. So some people are not critical on themselves in terms they can't kind of let loose, and I'll talk more about that. But some people are too critical on themselves. So kind of place yourself on the spectrum. Which side of the spectrum do you think you lay on? Are you the not critical? Are you not that critical on yourself? Or are you too critical on yourself? No one really is in the middle, okay? They're either there or there. If you're in the middle, means, okay, you're doing fine for now. Now, for those who are not critical on themselves, what happens is, and how to identify whether you're this person, is that you accept defeat, in the sense of you accept that you're settling. And a lot of people can fall into this trap, okay? So they set really high standards for themselves. They know what they want to reach that. They fail to reach that at the first go, and they just settle for that, okay? They're not being critical on themselves, thinking, why am I actually in this position? How can I move from this position? They're just accepting the position and the place that they're in. Now, that is when you're being not critical on yourself, because you're just accepting and settling. Now, the most important thing to do if you're not critical on yourselves is you need to realign yourself, right? So you need to look at your goals. Are your goals meaningful enough for you to keep pushing forward? Do they actually hold value to you? Or have you just created it because of someone else's goals? Are these projected insecurities? Are your goals just insecurities, or are your goals actually what you want? Now, for me, many years ago, when I created my new vision board, my third vision board, I was not in a place of confidence. I was quite insecure at that point. So everything on my vision board was based off insecurities. So I wanted to be healthy, and I still want to be healthy and strong, but the pictures that I put up on my vision board were of just these supermodels, because that was my insecurity. Whereas now, after having looked at that and thinking, okay, that was not actually my goal and my vision, it's now, you know, women who are athletic, who are bodybuilding and stuff like that. So it's different, although it is still in the health bit and, you know, about my look and stuff like that, but it's more based on strength rather than looks. So that previous vision board was based off my insecurities. So that's why you need to look, and, you know, if you're not critical on yourselves, you need to look at your goals. Are your goals meaningful to you? Have you created them because of someone else? Now, second thing is, you are responsible for your own success. You're responsible for whatever you achieve. By not being critical on yourself, you're placing in yourself of a position where you're not even wanting to help yourself. And to a point where if you don't help yourself, who will, right? So you need to really, like I said, analyze the situation you're in, thinking, have I settled here? Am I actually heading in the direction that I want to head in? And let me help myself. Let me help myself in this situation. Now, the best way to look at this is also looking at your habits. What habits are you doing, right? What habits are you sharing on a day-to-day basis? Now, I want to talk about quickly the compound effect. The more things that you're doing, it's compounded eventually, right? And it leads to, every cause has an effect. Everything that you do has a result. So look at the habits that you're portraying, right? Look at the habits you're portraying. If you keep compounding that by not being critical on yourself, where's those habits going to head to? Where's your procrastination heading to? Where's your laziness heading to? Where's your self-doubt, your negativity heading to? Where's that heading to? So kind of think about, how are you compounding all these bad habits, and where's that heading to? So that's why you need to be really critical. Well, not really critical on yourself. You need to be critical, because if you're not critical, you fall into a trap of being settling, you know, for less, you fall in trap of not even thinking your goals are important, not even thinking you're worthy of achieving these goals, so that you could fall into a big trap here if you're not being critical on yourself. So the first action step I want you to take is analyze the habits that you're showing. Think of, are these habits good or bad for me? And look at your goals. That's the main thing. Look at your goals. Are your goals based off insecurities, or your goals meaningful to you? Now, the best way to see if a goal is meaningful to you is if you ask yourself several questions, right? If you can trigger that emotion in yourself. So why do you need that goal? Really write down, or maybe say it or speak it out loud, but really put all the emotions towards that goal so you understand why that goal is important. And if you don't have an answer for it, you know this goal, right? This thing that you want to achieve is not truly from you. It's based off something else. Now, heading on to the people who are too critical of themselves, these are kind of the perfectionist of the spectrum, right? So they kind of just want everything to be perfect, okay? And they'll just work on perfectionism. So they're very critical on themselves. Now, the reason why people show this perfectionism sort of thing is, one is, it's fear of failure. You're not wanting to try, you're not wanting to put things out there because you're fearful, and this is internally in your subconscious. You're fearful that if I put a wrong thing out there, if I put something that's not perfect out there, I am bound to fail. So they want that full control. They want to spend time working on this, perfecting it to a point where the failure is, failure doesn't happen, right? They think they can avoid failure completely if they work on an item for too long. And you can't avoid failure. It's something that you can't avoid. It's a learning curve, right? You just have to make that movement. So one of the reasons is fear of failure. That's why people kind of look into perfectionism too much and want to perfect too much and too critical on themselves, because of that fear of failure. Secondly, like I said, is procrastination. Now, procrastination only happens when you are not, like I said, synchronized and linked to your goals. If your goals mean so much to you, you would not be procrastinating, because it has so much value to you. So why would you be spending time doing something else when you could be spending your valuable time to go after something that you actually want? And kind of the last thing I want to say about people who are too critical is, you need, again, about the whole compound effect, you need to look at the compound effect, right? If you're not even starting, if you're not even making a start on something, then how are you going to progress? So quit thinking that if I don't perfect this, I'm going to fail later on. If I don't do this, then things are going to happen. I need to focus on this. No, look at yourself properly and think, if I am doing something, if I am putting action, it means I'm heading somewhere. It means I'm learning. It means I'm actually going. So again, with the whole compound effect, the more I put out there, the more I'm learning, the more I can go. And that is what you need to think about. You need to think about small steps, big action, small steps, all go into one big thing. If you're just doing one step at a time, you're heading nowhere. It's building the momentum. So do small steps to build that momentum to keep on going. So yeah, that's what I want to leave with you guys today. I want you to think, which side of the spectrum are you in? Are you not critical on yourselves at all? Are you just letting things go? Are you letting things go by? Are you settling? I've gotten to this point myself in life where I've just settled. And I just thought, yeah, this is it. Okay, cool. And like I said, that's because my goals wasn't that meaningful to me. But I've also been to the point where I was very critical on myself, and I didn't want to do something till I kind of perfected it, and kind of I thought about every single option, but that didn't lead to any momentum. And momentum is key in any single thing that you do. So look at yourself, really analyze yourself here. But the main kind of theme here is having that relationship with yourself, expecting things from yourself instead of others, and looking into your goals and your being. Think, where do I want to be? What do I want to achieve? Now, how can I get there? So look at your goals, put emotions towards your goals, and then you can stop being in one of these areas. So I'll leave that thought with you. I will do another session on how to deal kind of with the fear of failure, and also how to really link emotions to your goals, if you find that useful as well. So I want you to comment down below. I want you to tell me, which end of the spectrum you're in, and have you faced any of these issues before? And I'll see you guys later.